At just 20 years old, I literally make over $20,000 a month consistently by giving away free websites to local businesses. I know it sounds crazy, but at this point, I'm not stuck in one location anymore. I pretty much just travel the entire world. Like you can see, I'm in Bali right now. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, step by step, on how I do everything from acquiring the client to actually publishing the website to actually giving it to the client so they're satisfied. I'm going to go so in depth. I don't care how long this video is going to be. At the end of the video, I'm even going to do a quick FAQ section of common questions that I get from my students. So this is literally the last video you'll ever need to watch in order to start making money with websites. Let's get it. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get clients because that's the only hard part of the business. Everything else is super easy. You're just going to follow my steps in this video. Now, there are different ways we can go about it. Either number one, cold calling, which I highly recommend because it's the most direct way to reach a cold lead. You're talking to them on the phone directly, or by cold DMing. Now, this is my cold calling script right here. If you want it, just message me on Instagram at ABOUXTOURE, cold calling masterclass or cold calling script, and I'll just send it right over to you. But this is pretty much the document. At the bottom, there's even objections. So if the client says, hey, I'm not interested, you know right away what to reply. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into cold calling because in this video, we're going to be doing cold Instagram DMs. So all you're going to need is an Instagram account with your face. You want to use your personal account, Instagram account with more than 100 followers. And the only thing you want is you want to have a profile picture. You want it to look human. So like, for example, if you're in LA and you're a student at UCLA, just put UCLA student or something like that. Just make yourself look human. Have a profile picture of you with your mom and your dog, you know? It doesn't really matter. You want a message from your personal account. And the reason for that is because I'm going to show you right now, but we message from a personal account and then we just ask them a simple question about their business. Hey, I just saw your profile and love your work. Do you work in all of South California, for example? Then you're going to get into their main DMs. I'm going to show you right now. So I'm just going to click on the search button right here. And then you want to search up your location and your niche. So it doesn't really matter what niche you pick as long as it's high ticket. So if you don't know what a high ticket niche is, it's basically a niche in industry that makes a lot of money for each project. Example, I work with a restaurant. For the owner to make $1,000, let's say he were to make only $10 profit per meal that he sells, he needs to sell 100 different meals just for him to make that $1,000. But if I work with a high ticket niche, like a landscaping company that I have right here, just for the owner to make $5,000 in profit, he just needs one hardscaping job. So it's much more justifiable to sell a $2,000 website to the landscaping company than it is to the restaurant because he's thinking, damn, I need to get 200 different clients just to make the money back. The landscaping company is just thinking, well, I only need to sell to one client to make 3 times the money back. Just to show you guys how much little that money means to them, when I started out, I made a free website for a construction company and they ended up paying me $1,500 just because they were happy that I did the website. Now you're going to search up the location and the niche. So right here I have California landscaping. You're just going to search it up and then you're going to see a lot of profiles right here that are pretty much California landscaping companies. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on random ones. So for example, this one right here, this is a landscaping company. I'm going to open link in new tab. Click on another one, open link in new tab. Click on another one, open link in new tab. And you want to do this maybe 20, 30 times. And you're going to get a couple answers. Just don't do too much. I would cap out at 100 DMs a day and around 20 to 30 DMs an hour just so you don't get flagged on Instagram. Now I'm going to open each one of them and I'm just going to follow them and then click message. By the way, when you do follow one, there are a lot at the bottom that end up popping out. So just right click, open link in new tab, and you can just keep on continuing. Now I'm just going to slide down. I'm going to like 3 of their posts. As you can see, they're active right here. So we know that they're going to reply. We're going to like 3 of their posts, just like this. Actually, let me like another one that's kind of at the bottom. And then I'm going to click message right here. It's going to pop up. I'm going to say, hey, I just saw your profile and love your work. Do you work in all of California? Is pretty big. I'm just going to go with South California. So I'm going to say SoCal. Just like this, I'm going to paste, copy and paste. I'm going to go to the next one, follow them, do the exact same thing. Like, message, paste it. And then you want to do this over and over again for a couple companies. So now I'm going to send a couple DMs and I just want them to answer me. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes. I sent a couple DMs before I even started this video, so let's see if anyone answered me. So I got an answer 25 minutes ago. So I literally sent how many DMs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And already within 25 minutes, I got a company answer me. Now this method I'm going to show you, I've seen no one ever do it. This is something that I got from my own experience from doing it over and over again. And then as you can see, glad you like what we do. We handle projects across most of Southern California. If you got a specific city in mind, let me know and I'll confirm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them a voice message because now I'm in their main inbox. So the reason why you want to send this message first is because you just want to get into their main inbox, right? So if you send them the first message and you say, hey, I want to make you a website, obviously they know they're going to pay and you haven't built enough value, you haven't done anything yet. So right now your goal is to only get in their main inbox and you want to set a meeting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a voice message right now and you guys can listen to it. All right guys, so I send a voice message. This is what it sounds like. So before we listen to it, I just want to say this is how I speak, okay? Obviously, this is a good way to say it, but don't follow exactly what I say as a script because it's going to sound unnatural. I want you to have your own personality and kind of tailor it. So for example, when I'm talking to clients on cold calls, I tell them, hey, if you like the website, perfect, we'll publish it. If you don't like it, don't worry, I'll go kick rocks. It means I'm just going to never talk to you again. I'm just going to leave. But if kick rocks is not in your vocabulary, then don't say it because it's just going to sound weird. So let's just listen to the voice message right now. Hey, that's awesome. Actually, the reason why I reached out is because I saw your profile, phenomenal work. It looks awesome. And then I clicked on your website and I noticed a couple of things that could use improvement. So I actually just built you a brand new website. If you'd like to see it, it only takes 5 minutes. I already have it fully built. So here's a voice message, super simple. Just make sure you don't stutter, sound confident, kind of like me, and that should do the job. We're just gonna wait for them to answer. And now, once they answer and they're actually interested, we're just gonna go ahead and build a website. Because now they're like, yeah, show it to me. Now, all we're gonna do is, we said we wanna hop on a 5-minute call. We're just gonna hop on a call with them and we're gonna present exactly what we have. If you don't know how to go through that call, I have a video that I'm gonna link somewhere here in the video and it's called How to Close Web Design Clients. It's actually my last video at the time of me recording this video right here, but it is super in depth. And in that video, I literally go through the whole sales call process and I have some live sales calls examples that are here and there in the video. So make sure you don't miss it. Go ahead and watch it. Now, let's say that the client replies and they're like, yeah, let me see the website. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let's book a quick call. How am I actually going to make the website? Now, you're going to go on lovable.dev. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a prompt that you can put. All right, guys, so now that you're in Lovable, you're going to write this prompt right here. Create me a high converting website with these sections in order. So this is a high converting website structure that I've used for many service businesses. Regardless of the industry, as long as you're a service business, this is a good way to kind of start out. It will be a high converting website, but yeah, let's get right into it. So in order, hero section with a contact form, trust badges or services, why us, gallery, reviews, and one last call to action. Here's information about the business. So what you're going to do next is you're going to go on ChatGPT and then you're going to write this prompt right here. Structure this properly and give me a short description of the business that I can give to lovable.dev, AI website builder, for it to understand the business and what it does. I already gave it instructions on the sections I want. Here's the business's website. So you're going to go on here. You're going to take the business right here. If they don't have a website, just tell ChatGPT, ask me questions about the business. Here is their Instagram and a couple of their pictures, whatever. And then they'll ask you a couple of questions about the business. Very vague. You just want to answer real quick and then just go from there. But in my case, I have the website right here. So I'm just going to paste it. And then I'm going to send it over. And it's going to give me a little description that I can then put into Lovable. So we're going to wait a couple seconds here. Perfect. Now, as ChatGPT is cooking up, we're just going to copy exactly everything it tells me. So as you can see, they're from South California. We can already see right here. I'm just going to copy this right here. And then I'm going to paste it into Lovable right here. We're going to send it over and we're going to wait for it to cook up. It'll take a couple minutes. I'm going to speed up the video or I'm just going to cut it to whenever it's ready. All right, guys. So now the website is done. Building right here. We're going to look at it. Close. This is what the website looks like already. So this is just from one prompt and wow, or portfolio. So there are different things, bathroom and conditional, and we can see pretty much everything right here. This is just very brief. Lovable is super powerful. So if you ever want to update anything, crazy. So look, if you ever want to update anything, let's say now the next step is you hop on a meeting with the client, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. You present them the mock-up, you collect the money. Now, if at any point during the conversation, they're like, oh, I don't like this section, or I want to add this section. Like, for example, I'm going to tell AI, add a meet the owner section anywhere you think is appropriate. Something like that, super vague, and then we're gonna wait for the AI to do it. So you hop in the meeting, the client is like, yeah, I like the website, it looks super good. I'd like you to add this little section right here. It's just gonna add it for you right away. So we're gonna wait a couple seconds. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, and it's super, super powerful. After that, I'm gonna show you how to actually connect the domain. All right, boys, so it added the meet the owner section right here. Let's slide down and see what it looks like. It even added an AI generated picture right here. So you guys see how just from a very vague sentence, Lovable generated us a pretty nice section right here. And is this guy really the owner? I'm not sure if this is real or if this is random or if it did its own research. But you can pretty much change any information. If you want to change the copywriting, you'll just tell the AI, hey, in the meet the owner section, the owner's name is not Michael Reyes, it's Bob Smith, and then you'll just change everything for you and make the copywriting accordingly. Now you pretty much have the website fully built. You can just go ahead and show it to the client. Now I'm going to go ahead and publish it for you guys. So there are different ways you can go about it. You can either go with a Lovable domain, which is going to be completely free. I'm going to go with the name of the company is Unique Home Builders. So Unique Home Builders website, for example. And then I'm going to save it. Anyone can visit the URL, and I'm going to click publish right here, and then it's going to publish it. So whenever someone searches up this URL, it's going to be able to open up. And then, of course, you can add a custom domain. So how I would present it to the client is like this. So let me copy the URL real quick. Okay, now it's live. So I'm going to open up an incognito tab, like a completely new tab, whatever it is. And now, just like that. So here's the website. I would maybe tell it to add a little nav bar for sure, but I'm just going to delete this right here. And then I'm going to remove the edit made with Lovable at the bottom right. And now you can just show this to the client right here. So I'm actually going to tell it to add a nav bar. Yeah, add a navigation header. Right here, because this looks a little bit empty. So we're going to wait a couple seconds for it to add a nav bar. And I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so we have the nav bar right here. Let me reload because I don't like the way it doesn't show up, and it only shows up when you scroll. So you guys get the point. It is pretty easy to just do any updates. If you want to add the nav bar, you would just tell it like, make sure that the nav bar shows when you actually land on the website, and don't only make it sticky. But as you can see, the website is fully built. Now you just have to show it to the client, and this is the domain right now. Again, like I said, if you want to present it to the client, you just want to click X on here, remove this, because obviously you don't want them to know it's made with AI. Now, if you want to add a custom domain, you're just going to click Add Custom Domain right here, and then you're going to add existing domain. So you want access to the DNS settings of your client if you want to add it, or you can actually buy a new domain from Lovable. And if you already have a domain that you just want to connect, you're going to click Connect Domain. You're going to put the domain right here. So in my case, I'm going to use one of my clients' live actual domains right now. So I'm going to open up Squarespace and find a domain. Okay, so this domain right here, JP Solutions Cleaning, is one of my clients' cleaning company who ended up closing down his website. So I'm just going to put the domain right here, Connect Domain. Then Lovable is going to do its thing. It's probably going to ask me to log in exactly. So we're going to wait a couple seconds for it to think, and then getting your setup ready. Authorize with Squarespace. It'll take a minute. Ooh, almost rejected. I'm going to confirm right here. Now we'll wait for this to close by itself, just like this. Done. And now it's going to say verifying. It's going to add all those right here. And then it says that DNS sightings can take up to 72 hours to propagate. Last time I did it, it was super quick. It took about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to pause the video, and then I'm going to show you guys once it's fully connected with the new domain. And I'm actually going to keep this domain up. So if you actually want to see the website after this video to see what it looks like, you can just go ahead and put this domain in here, and you'll be able to see it on your own screen. See how good the website looks. Okay, so it's already up apparently. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab. And as we can see, the domain is fully connected. Now you have a fully live website for your client, and contact form, everything, email, phone number, service they're interested in, whatever it is. Whenever they click request a quote, you can set that up so it sends it over to your client's email right away, and pretty much all that stuff. Now, this is super easy. You collected the money, you delivered the website, everything is good. Now I'm just going to answer a couple questions that come up very commonly whenever people start this business. Let's get it. All right, guys. So now, common questions that come up whenever people start this business. Number one, how much should I charge? Now, keep in mind that for Lovable or for any platform you're going to host a website on, you're going to have to pay something per month. So if it's, let's say, $20 a month, after 5 years, if you only charge $500, you're starting to pay out of your own pocket. You feel me? So you want to make sure that on top of the price you charge the client, whether it's $500 or $1,000, you also want to charge a hosting fee or like domain fee if you pay for the domain yourself. So I would recommend start charging $50 a month on top of whatever price you charge for the website. And then a good price to charge for websites when you start out is $500 to $1,500. Around that price, there's not really any friction in the sale. So you can sell websites for $1.5K super easily as a beginner. Number two, how much money do I need to start this business model? You need absolutely $0. I started when I was 17. I was broke, working 2 jobs while in college. You know what I'm saying? All I could afford to pay for was for my membership at the gym, my MMA membership. So you definitely don't need any money to start this, and you can make a lot of money with this. Number three, how scalable is this? Very, very scalable. So I'm making over $20,000 a month consistently with this business model. I have friends who are making over $100,000 a month in only their second or third year of doing this business. And my mentor has done 150K months with this business model, and he's pretty much just traveling the whole world. I'm pretty much just traveling the whole world. So in terms of where you can go with this, you can definitely make a lot of money with this, and you're not fixed to one single location. So one of my favorite business models, I love it so much, and I want to keep on doing it until it doesn't work anymore, and it's going to keep working for a long time. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Follow my Instagram at ABOUXTOURE. If you need any of the documents in the videos, just message me on Instagram. I answer literally everybody, and I will see you guys in the next video.